It's official. I purchased a Can-Am Defender Limited. Marauders, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching. Please comment. Please, if you like the video, hit a thumbs up, subscribe, share the video with your friends. 90% of my viewers are not subscribers. I'm trying to break 3,000 subscribers this month. For those of you who don't know, I should have opened by saying the Limited has air conditioning and it has a climate control air conditioning. My brother Pat purchased the John Deere Gator R, and that's what first got me interested in a cab side-by-side, utility side-by-side, is that he was interested in a cab Gator and wanted me, because of my experience and past purchases in side-by-side. By the way, you should watch my video if you're interested in purchasing a side-by-side. Playbook to purchasing a side-by-side. I'll see if I can post the video number on this video so you can watch that. And so he looked at the Gator. We kind of ruled out the Polaris. Not that's a very good machine, but we ruled that out. And he looked at the Can-Am, and he really liked the John Deere Gator. He's a John Deere guy like myself. Didn't envision himself riding off-road, and of all things was concerned that the glass didn't drop all the way on the Limited Can-Am, and the controls for the heating HVAC system in the cab are a little more complicated on the Can-Am and not as easy to use as the John Deere Gator. So he ended up purchasing the Gator and put a ton of accessories on that machine. I'm going to do a follow-up video on his machine. I know a lot of you Gator lovers out there want to see it, and he put some nice accessories on it and is using the machine a lot around his property, and that's a great thing. And especially with his grandchildren, he can push them in there and drive them around. I wanted to get a shot from this angle of the machine, so I'm going to stop the video and take some pictures. Why am I taking pictures of this machine around my pond? From when I first got into ATVing in 2000, my brother Pat, because I was a hunter, told me you should get a camo ATV, and I never liked them. I bought a red Honda Rubicon, and then I had many different colors since then, including, to my surprise, a bronze copper colored machine, my first Sportsman XP, which was an awesome machine. So now I finally have a camo machine, which was by my choice. I could have gotten a Ferrari or Mercedes silver like my friend's ATV, which I think is really good looking, especially on Dave's. I could have, the comes in silver, I believe. I didn't want it. It's a metallic silver. I wanted to go camo. And I saw some pictures of a unit very similar to what I built, and I really like the look on it, look of the machine online. So I'm going, and I hope you can see mine in frame. So I'm going to walk you around what I did to my machine, and I will post some videos on me actually installing these modifications. I struggle like everyone else. I'm an amateur, just trying to make a nice looking machine that has a purpose around my house and maybe on the trail. But I thought this was a beautiful evening. I just finished using it as a tool tote to carry around my weed eater and blower and gas. I mowed my lawn today, and I thought this was a good shot. My channel is just the right size where I can answer the comments I get. I don't get a ton of comments. I like comments. I like answering the comments to the best of my ability. But I was really interested that viewers kept asking me if I was going to purchase a limited. And of course it was in my head that I was going to purchase a limited, and I don't buy things for viewers. If I wanted the channel specifically to grow, I would have never got rid of my Polaris machines, because I think Polaris, especially in the ATV world, rules the market, especially the 570. There's so many people out there that watched the video that I posted on my 570 that and love their 570s, and that's a good thing because I had a great day on that machine. So please keep your comments coming, because I try to answer every one of them, and sometimes there's a quirk on YouTube where I can't, but I really try to respond to every comment. I appreciate the positive and the negative feedback, which usually follows. I have great viewers and subscriber. Anything negative usually suggests a way so I can improve what I'm trying to do, or maybe I'm doing something wrong on my machine, like the tractor guys, which is over there. A couple guys, I think Jeff and Jay, commented on my wheel spacers and that I shouldn't have swapped the front tires, and I appreciate that. It made me stick my foot in the manual and read the manual on my tractor and get to understand it. So we're going to do a quick walk around on my new Defender. Maybe we should do this to start off. My wife and I take a ride in this machine almost every night around the property, and I don't have a huge piece of property. And she went to pull that off, and I said, no, I got to pull it off for a video. So now it's off the machine and won't bother anymore. It's official. I purchased a Can-Am Defender Limited. I'm going to start by saying what are my priorities as accessories on my side-by-sides as of late. This was an impromptu video and I wanted to get it posted. This bumper is the bumper that comes with this model machine. It was not installed. I had to install it, and I had to purchase a rear bumper that matched this front bumper. So I put this style Can-Am accessory bumper on the machine, and you can see, if you remember my video where I modified the S3 bumper, that this bumper is outward of the rear tires. And again, I think they specifically did that knowing that most people are going to put large tires on their machine, and they wanted to sell bumpers and wanted to make sure they had clearance and people didn't have to modify them, and this bumper does that. I believe that the dump bed opens all the way, and this bumper will just touch that tire. I don't think it's, maybe it keeps it from opening about 1/4 of an inch, which isn't major. Look at how they designed this. Almost like, obviously they know it's going around a big tire. It does, I thought it just touched, look, it just touches here. Right here it just touches. It clears the tire here. And no, it doesn't touch there. So it's clear, it just touches there. And you know what, if I wanted to, I could remove that and see if it opens all the way, but I don't think I have to. So bumpers, because even working around the yard when you're backing up with an ATV or side-by-side, I've seen great riders with brand new machines back into a sapling. I've done it and damaged the rear of their machine. I've been a bumper on one ATV. I had to bend it back. So after I'm protected front to back, no doubt about it, and this maybe should have started off as #1. And when I bought my Defender XMR, high lift suspension, radius A arms for greater ground clearance, but it had the ITP Cryptic mud tires that are as hard as rock and are like tractor ag tires and would have ripped up my lawn. So right off the bat, when I first got the machine, the dealer recommended Evil M1 tires. I measured it with a mechanic at my dealership, and we thought on the XMR 32s would clear, and we kind of figured, like most tires, they're going to be smaller than actually 32 inches by maybe an inch, the cryptics were. And we thought we would have enough clearance within the wheel wells, especially the front, for the 32 inch tires. On the XMR, there was just enough clearance without preloading the shocks. If I went on a 4-hour ride, these tires would maybe scuff on a 4-hour, 3-hour ride, maybe scuff 4 times and never scuff the fender well or flares in my yard. Never do that. The suspension on the Limited is much softer than on the XMR. Great ride, really great ride. But these 32 inch tires were scuffing. You can see it there. I'll walk you around the other side. I think they're worse. Why it would scuff on the passenger side more than mine, I don't know if you can see that. They were scuffing with the stock Limited front A-arms. So I tried to put off correcting this. I tried to preload the front end, which is not that's not a way to solve a tire clearance issue. But I did it for maybe a week, and I said, you know what, I got to do some research and see if they make an A-arm, front A-arms for this machine that offset the front tire forward. And 2 companies do it. I think they call it a front A-arm 2-inch offset, forward offset. One is S3, which is my bumpers on my Defender XMR, I believe were S3 bumpers. They make looks like a very good front A-arm offset for this machine. I talked to them on the phone. The second one is Super ATV. Very nice people at Super ATV. I talked to their technicians 3 or 4 times before I ordered. And I ordered the offset 2-inch forward offset front A-arms for a Defender, this model, from Super ATV with the ball joints installed on it, and I was very impressed. I'm definitely going to upload that video of that installation. Let me show you the clearance I have now. Where I had on my XMR, I think, enough room for my thumb to fit in here. Now I can fit my hand, and there is no way these tires are going to rub on my fender flare or my inner fender. That's just not going to happen. And the ride, this whole tire was offset, was moved 2 inches forward, and you wouldn't think that 2 inches would make a difference in the ride, and it makes a tremendous difference in the ride. The ride was good to begin with. It's even better, and then with the 32-inch tires, and these are a true 32-inch tire, the ride is fantastic. So the order of the first thing I did on the machine was put the 32-inch tires from my Defender XMR aftermarket that I purchased, tires and rims. I put them on the machine. Then I put, it does not come with any fender flares at all. No fender flares. And even with the stock tires, I didn't think it looked right without fender flares. My XMR had smaller fender flares. So man, good job, Can-Am. Absolutely a good job. They make a very wide, reasonably priced fender flare for this machine that I ordered, my dealer ordered for me before I even got the machine. And I think I saw someone used them on YouTube, posted a video. So the tires went on, then right away I went to installing the fender flares. Actually, you know what? The fender flares may have went on first, and then I swapped the tires. But again, I'll post a video about the installation of the fender flares. I love the way they look. I think they look awesome on the machine. It has a great look to it. It almost looks stock. I like, because I ride off trail occasionally with my side-by-side, my Defender XMR. I want a rock slider. So this is what my XMR had on it in yellow. And I thought the best color for this machine was a flat black, so I put rock sliders on that were flat black, and I had to customize, trim back this fender flare so it would wrap around that rock slider. And these really do a great job protecting your machine on the trail from from where I ride, from rocks or trees, bumping off trees or stumps. Also wear, splash from the front tires, spray that comes up that helps protect it. Not sure how these doors are going to do on the trail. They stick out further than the rock sliders. But maybe we'll see if they survive. Comment if you think I should ride the machine on the trail. Super ATV A-arms. They say they're the same width. The tire comes out the same distance as the stock suspension. I hope it has the same width because it's wider. I'm not going to be able to put it on one of my trailers that is my lightest trailer that I use most of the time. So I have yet to test that out to see if it's the same width. There's the A-arms. I had to reuse the existing, or my the stock bushings during the installation. I ordered it with the bolt joints. Our press at work, I didn't know if it was usable, so I ordered it with the ball joints. That was an extra $250, $300 for chrome moly ball joints. And also they give you, for your power steering, they give you a spacer, so you do lose some power steering, some turning. Your turning radius is larger with the spacers on the power steering rack. So with that conversion, you do lose some power steering. Before I go inside and show you the next accessory that I installed, I think this is the last one I put on the outside. I don't like putting LED lights on my equipment. I don't keep them that long, and I don't want to swap them over. And I really don't ride at night when I ride the trail. But this machine gets used, as I said in my other video, can't remember the name of it, on my XMR. In the spring I posted it. This is essential for my piece of property. I use this machine almost every day, and if I'm not using it to work around the property, my wife and I will take a drive in the evening at dusk around the property, look at our property, comment on what projects we want to do, and also look at the animals. So I wanted more light, and I installed through Can-Am accessory. My dealer ordered it for me, a double stacked LED light. I think it goes out to 800 feet or so with a pattern 60 feet wide. But it's a nice high beam light for going in and out of my woods at night. I'm worried about it protecting it on the trail. If anyone knows where to order cover. This is my chainsaw scabbard, which was my Polaris accessory on my first Ranger that I liked so much. I didn't trade it in with the machine, and I made an adapter out of wood. I never posted this video to adapt it into these Can-Am holes in the side of the bed, and they work really well. So I got my chainsaw scabbard on my, I have my Polaris chainsaw scabbard accessories from 2006 on my 2020 Can-Am Defender. Let's not tell anyone. A comment to those of you who bought the XMR Defender, which I will tell you, when I looked at it in the showroom and Dave looked at it, he said, Pete, this is a machine for you. It looks like a big Tonka truck. Love that machine. Some of you have bought it out there and you bought a great machine. I'll tell you one thing I miss from it is the seats in the Defender XMR are awesome. Around your yard or on the trail, they're great seats. These look very nice. They're good. They're a good seat. They're soft. But the Defender, the XMR seats were a little more bolstered here, both on the seat, I believe, but especially on the back of the seat. And I really like that, that fit on it. I also like to have mirrors on my ATVs, my off-road equipment, because I like to keep an eye on the people behind me that I'm riding with. And I feel if I turn, I'm not looking forward where the direction I'm headed, and I could hit someone or something. So I always like to have a mirror, even around my property. And mirrors are not inexpensive. So I thought this was a reasonably priced mirror. This mirror also, I'll show you. I don't know if you can see it, but the mirror has a screen in it. It has a screen in it for a rear view camera that I mounted back. I hope you can see my blower and my weed trimmer. And it has an option to actually add, I'll click it for you. You can add another camera if you want, which I might move the one I have. I would really like it mounted up on high on the cab, looking in the box and behind me. So you can add another camera, and then you can turn it off. And I'll show you where the camera is on the back of the machine. Here's the camera. Very, very rugged piece of aluminum. And this is where they recommend you mounting it. This is where I'd like to mount it, but I'm really cautious. I'm really hesitant to drill into a cab because of water tightness. So I didn't mount it there right away. It's also not fun getting cables. Can-Am did such a good job sealing this cab in 2020 and making it air and water tight and working on sound. It's not the easiest, and their directions need some work to get cables from the dashboard up into that area and inside the cab and the ceiling. It's not the easiest thing to do, so I had to run a cable inside the cab up on the ceiling and also run a cable to the back of the camera. I have a video where I've shown some of that. It's just I really kind of stopped filming at one point, but because it was kind of boring. So if you ride motorsports off-road, please wear a helmet for your protection and to set an example for others. And I truly hope to see you on the trail, and maybe I'll be in a Defender Limited. We'll see. Thank you for watching, and God bless. Stay safe.